Well, not just the banking stocks, it's also the realty stocks that are in focus on the back of NSSO survey that indicates that there's a revival in urban demand that is quite visible. So let's speak to the management of HDIL as the stock is higher in trade by about 3%. Hariprakash Pandey, who is the VP in Finance and investor, now joins us on the show. Good morning. Good to have you with us on Hot Stocks. First up, now the NSSO survey has indicated that demand across most sectors has increased and shows the government's push for housing. So what's the on-ground situation as far as the realty sector is concerned?
Good morning. I think the on-ground situation in the realty sector is improving gradually. We have seen over the last 2 quarters that the volumes have picked up, especially in the low-end segment, mid-income segment. But even in the second quarter, we have seen the volume picking up even in the high-end segment. So overall, I think the volume have kind of improved in last 2 quarters. The execution has picked up. So overall, generally there is an uptrend in the realty market.
Other than that, just wanted to talk about whether or not the change in the government, the change in the center has impacted sentiment of the sector. I know you did touch upon that, but are you as a developer taking on any new projects in light of this?
Yes, there has been a lot of focus on affordable housing segment overall, and our focus is also because we've been one of the strongest market leader in the affordable housing segment and the mid-income segment. We have done couple of launches recently wherein we are targeting especially the mid-income housing segment in Bombay, and we have seen a very good response. Going ahead also, we are launching one of the largest township projects in Virar, which will be spread over close to 50 million square feet, and it's part of our affordable housing project. And this project, first phase, we will launch around 4 million square feet next month. So overall, yes, there has been a lot of focus on affordable housing, there has been a lot of focus on mid-income housing segment, and we are fully geared up with this couple of new launches which are happening.
Mr. Pandey, will HDIL increase focus on commercial and leasing assets since REITs is right around the corner?
Not much for us. We have a rental portfolio, but not a very strong rental portfolio. Our focus had been over last 2 to 3 years had been on residential segment, and especially the mid-income and lower income residential segment. Yes, the REITs have been exciting. There have been guidelines which have come in. There are a lot more clarity as compared to last year. So yes, going forward we will add some new projects, especially in city center projects in terms of commercial and retail side. But as of now, the focus is more on residential segment.
And finally, the promoters recently revoked all the pledged shares. Can you give us more details in terms of how much was paid towards the release? And if no money was paid, what were the terms of the guarantee then?
Yes, the promoters have revoked 100% of the pledge on the stocks. So as of now, today, none of our HDIL stock is either encumbered or there is any pledge onto it. There was an ILFS trustee which was holding the shares on behalf of the promoters, and there were certain obligations which were entered by the promoters, and those obligations have been cleared. There has been no money paid on account of this transaction, but as of today, there have been no obligations which are pending, and the 100% shares of the promoters are pledge free.
All right, Mr. Pandey, we leave it at that. Thanks very much for taking out the time and sharing your perspective on the NSSO survey. Well, moving on now, Prakash would like to get your top trading ideas. What is it that you would recommend to our viewers?